We do have team coverage on other responses to the protest and damage tonight. Amy Reed spoke with Republican leaders, including Assembly Speaker Robin Vos. But first, Adam Duxter shares the Dane County Executive's message. Adam?
Oh, Charlotte, Dane County Executive Joe Parisi says, well, the damage done here at the city-county building, as well as to the state capitol, also don't fall under his jurisdiction. He wants to send a message tonight to those responsible to say what happened is not acceptable. A security surveillance photo shows the small group of individuals breaking windows before setting fire inside the city-county building in downtown Madison, forcing city engineers and the 911 operations center out today.
We didn't know right away until, later on in the middle of the night.
Dane County Executive Joe Parisi says his initial concern was for those inside.
The city-county building houses part of the county jail. There are 180 inmates in that building, and when someone tries to burn that down, that's pretty serious.
Today, broken glass, charred trash cans, and bricks are what's left of the damage. Parisi calling the actions taken a recipe for disaster.
I think what's important now is that everyone step back and take a deep breath. There's a lot of justified emotion out there, and people have some legitimate gripes, but we have to look at where do we want to be as a community.
Parisi says despite that, he doesn't have control over the state's decision to call in the National Guard or even a say in the city's police response to the violent protesters. When I interviewed him today, he still hadn't talked with Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway, but wants those protesting to know their actions will have consequences.
Lives could have been lost last night. So again, people need to step back and take a breath and assess where we want to go. Where do we want to be as a community, and how do we constructively get there? Because starting buildings on fire is not going to get us anyplace.
And as you can see, those windows that were broken last night are boarded up today. Well, work on the inside of the building has started as well. Now, Republican lawmakers have been critical of the county executive as well as the governor and the mayor of Madison. Amy Reed heard from them today and joins us live from downtown.
This morning, Republicans said the governor and the mayor of Madison have been all talk and no action when it comes to these protests, and that's what's led to the violence and the destruction of state property. Even though the mayor and the governor have addressed the protesting, they say they are just empty words with no consequences, though there have been some arrests for looting weeks ago. But they warned violence will deter action. Today, Assembly Speaker Vos told us he's open to reform, but he said he doesn't want to rush it, saying a legislative session likely wouldn't come until after the election. He said he wants to hear from stakeholders, but their requests should be specific.
A lot of the ideas that are being brought forward aren't necessarily applicable to Wisconsin, right? We already have pretty rigorous training, but we can do better. We already have the ability to hold police accountable, but we can do better.
Democrats, meanwhile, are also condemning the violence, particularly toward a member of their caucus. However, the Democratic leader in the Senate said the sad part is that all of this could be prevented. The Republicans who control the legislature have refused to act to address the systemic racism that threatens the fabric of our society. They won't even acknowledge it. Vos said today he is willing to address problems by increasing training and accountability for law enforcement, but he said 99% of police officers are good. He said they're human and make mistakes.